and stuff. And you have to take care of those things and be able to separate the big, oh, I'm a drag star, I'm a this, I'm a that, from from real life. You've got to take care of your real life. And with way the government is going, we have to have our business together.
Yeah. You know, it's funny when you said that you have to have the business together. It's a shame because most drag performers who um, receive some sort of success in our business,
Right.
there's very few that receives the ultimate success in our business.
Yes.
But now RuPaul has given, or just the VH1 has given drag queens a real voice in a sense, but by them not understanding that fame,
Yeah.
that fortune, the
Yep.
opportunity, you see so much of the repetitiveness. It goes to show you that I watch the show, I watch what they do, and it seems that they haven't learned anything.
Because they are so young, most of the ones that are on there, they're very talented. This new generation, like the Bible says, they will be more wickeder, they might be a little wiser, but when it comes to stuff, they are so talented, but they're so, like, they know everything.
Hmm.
And I'm not saying that's all of the new generation, because there are some out there that are so grateful and so humble. To me, the best thing or the best advice I could give to any new entertainer or new person coming out, yes, you have talent. Yes, you might have a good look, but you have to realize that there are people that paved the way that do know a little bit more than you. Even me at 60, I'm not too old to learn from nobody. See, tonight I had to learn how to get on this Zoom. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So you should be open to listen to people, even if you take their advice or not. But do not feel humility takes you some of everywhere. Humility will take you a lot of places.
Hmm. Now, Paula, I've been thinking about this a lot. And I thought to myself, the pandemic is good and bad at the
Mhm,
same time.
mhm.
I think, in terms of the pandemic, it's now given us an opportunity to talk to directors, producers,
Right,
singers, be in people's homes we would normally never be able to talk to or get
right.
their attention. And for the drag community, that has such a powerful voice now. Even though we say with RuPaul, but they had a powerful voice back in the days, they just
Yeah.
didn't know how to use that avenue. And for
Mhm.
some reason, RuPaul figured it all out.
Yeah.
Now, or was
But
just very lucky.
can I tell you say one thing though? Even before RuPaul, there were so many transsexual girls passing in the
Mhm,
business also,
mhm,
and everything. And I think that even film has given the TS transsexual girls a lot of outlet too, like through like Alexandra Billingsley, Nim, and Laverne
mhm,
Cox through film, and Candice Kane has been on film
mhm,
and stuff. And I think so now is the film market has gotten very relaxed with, because usually they would put someone, when they had a person portraying a female impersonator, it would always have to be somebody you can say, oh, this is just like a dude dressed up, or even though, back in the day with Flip Wilson and stuff, you know what I'm saying, who was very good
mhm.
at Geraldine, not putting down Flip Wilson now, or nothing. But nowadays, it's beginning to get a little bit more mainstream, and I might
Mhm.
have to give RuPaul a checkpoint for at least putting it out there for the people. Even though I don't personally agree, and I've known RuPaul for years from in Atlanta. I know him personally. I knew when he first started as a punk rocker, when she used to tape up her high heels because her feet was too big to wrap around, when she was in the band with the wee wee pole and everything. We all worked at a bar called Weekends in Atlanta. So, and
Yeah.
I admire her, I commend her for her success and what she has done for the female impersonation community. We must give her grace on that. The only thing
Mhm.
I don't agree is, they get to the point where they don't want none of the girls that live as women that have breasts on it, that have this. And I understand that's her platform, that's her show, and she can present stuff how she wants to. But I think when we present stuff, sometimes if we're going to present that category or that out there, we should present it all, you know.
Well, you're right. I think you hit it on the head. It needs to be real. It
Yeah.
needs to be addressed
I think if we,
realistically. We understand breastplates and we understand that. But
yeah,
90%, we know 90% of the girls in the US have some sort of augmentation, whether it's
yeah,
their lips, their cheeks, their hips, their breasts, or whatever.
yeah.
And
And I think
this needs
if
to
you
be,
got excuse me,
go ahead.
sweetheart. If you're gonna do something, it should be one for all for one, because it's a whole realm of different areas of female impersonation. And like I said, that's your show. You can present the side that you would feel most comfortable with, but at least have one um, transsexual or TS girl or pre-op girl that's in the business on the show to present that side that you feel that would fit into the show.
I think that the reason, I mean, I'm not trying to think for RuPaul, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just thinking that she's afraid of the transsexuals because the transsexuals, in return, if she put them on her show, the show will become about that because people will be
yeah,
more
yeah,
interested in seeing that because
yeah,
it's more like Hollywood. The girls who have the breast augmentations and the um, all of the surgeries are more like celebrities and they look
yeah,
more realistic. So,
yeah,
in all fairness, more people would view a show like that if it was
yeah,
for the transsexuals.
yeah.
And I think that there's a real opportunity here for the old school girls to have a show like RuPaul. And
But of course,
it's shocking to see. I hope the girls don't miss this opportunity.
me either. I do too. And because with longevity comes intelligence, comes wisdom, and come experience and knowledge. And that's what all makes up for a well-rounded, seasoned individual. Because we all been young and dumb. I was young and
Mhm.
dumb and fast. We all are. That comes with youth. That
Yeah.
comes with youth. Don't get me wrong. But in longevity and time, wisdom comes, and with wisdom and experience comes. So, with that, and you need your older, seasoned entertainers and female impersonators to be around also to guide and to still hold the torch for everything. And
Mhm.
we still sweeping regardless at 60. Look at us and we're still out here sweeping. I hear some of the youngest, oh, what is grandmama doing? What is this? You better be glad grandmama was here.
That's right.
grandmama
Now,
made it possible. Your grandmama made it possible for you to be right to run around here and twist and put on some makeup.
yeah, there's a few. I mean, I'm trying not to
Excuse me.
focus so negative about the certain
Yeah,
thing, but we need to address the issues because we understand how could you have a show this popular and doing this well and not have included the girls who paved the way.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now,
Hmm.
what's important for us as a community is to understand that now we're in this pandemic. This is
Yes.
giving us a real opportunity. So I watch all the girls doing their talk shows, their cooking
Right.
shows, or whatever. But you
Yeah.
know what I find is happening? Now,
Uh-huh.
this is how smart RuPaul is, and is
Mhm.
how he is looking at the old school girls. The old
Right.
school girls now have started to rely on old school and not keeping up the real fight.
Right.
Yeah. Before, when they kept saying Cash App this, Vimo this, the girls were hustling. But then when Facebook was talking about the music rights and this and that, It put a block on everybody. But
Yeah.
RuPaul found a way around that with
Yeah.
all of the tutorials. And for a while, you saw that most of the performers that were on the show, it was at a low.
Yeah.
Now, what I noticed is that the old school girls aren't keeping up the fight,
Yeah.
because I noticed with RuPaul that rhythm has started again, where you see he must have sent out a message to all of them saying, do makeup tutorials, be live, do this, do that, because now you're seeing that rhythm again
Good.
that you didn't
And
see
I
before.
and I think that's a good thing to keep it going. Like I said, I think RuPaul started a very, 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 very good franchise, and his show has helped and opened doors for many a person, and has opened the eyes of a lot of people that wouldn't normally be able to see female impersonation and to understand it. And I do give much grace for that, because when
Mhm.
any doors are open in that area, it opens for all of us, you know.
Okay, so what do you think the old school girls should do now? What do you think they should be doing now?
I think the old school girls should be mentoring the younger generation, but also keeping themselves out there, being relevant. And like I said, I don't do a lot of shows. I do a bunch of shows because, I was working before the pandemic and stuff. And basically, I was just, working on my job. And then every maybe once or twice a month, I would go out and do bookings and stuff and everything. Because, earlier in my life, I'd always worked at show bars, the longest
Mhm.
I worked at the Armory for 14 years. I worked at Backstreet. I did the Chaparral. I did, all the time. I always had a show job. I did Levitas,
Mhm.
Illusions, way back in the day, and all of that. So I've always basically had a show job and stuff, even though I've always sometimes had, a regular 9 to 5 or 11 to 7, whatever the hours were and stuff. But I think, as you get older, you've done it so much and you be like, oh, I don't know if I want to do it. But still, you have to get out there, support the community, do the walk, stay relevant, keep your name out there. Now is a new era. Social media is here. Keep yourself relevant on social media and let the people know that you are still around, you're still doing good, and you're still trying to uplift the community.
Now you know who I noticed one particular entertainer. Not that I'm saying that she's my favorite entertainer of old school girls, but she keeps up the fight, and she's doing really well. I love watching her. Miss Tasha Long. I have been
Yeah.
watching her
Oh,
shows.
Tasha is a wonderful sister. I've known her for over, I know, 30 years and stuff. We've been very close friends. I've been to her house, stayed with her many times, traveled with her. She's a superb entertainer and an excellent human being. I think we got stuck. Did we get stuck, baby? Oh, man. I think we got stuck. Is there recording? Did we get stuck, baby? No, not leave. Don't leave. What is it saying? I think we got stuck, baby. Hello? Oh, I got stuck. What done happened? I think we got stuck, child. It just went off. Recording. My Lord, it just went off. Okay. I don't know what it did. What did it do? Okay. Oh,
Are
there it
you
goes.
there?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go back. Let me see. What did I do? Oh my God.
It's all good.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I
Yeah.
just can't see you. I can
Okay.
hear
Let me see. Will it go back on? Launch meeting. I had to go back on. Okay. It's look like it's recording back because it just all of a sudden stopped. Okay,
Okay.
now it's up to you. It's at your picture, like the beginning part. And
Okay.
that's
Can you see me?
no, I can't see. I just see your picture, like at the beginning.
Okay. Now do you see
And
me?
there we are again.
Okay. So
We back.
Zoom will fix that. So it's all
Oh,
good.
good.
You won't even notice that we stopped talking.
Oh, well, good then. Good then, sweetheart.
Now, like I said, is I wanted to talk about the Tasha Long. I see that she is keeping up the good fight.
Yeah.
She's really trying to just sort of, like you say, stay relevant, teach a
Mhm.
little bit. And I admire that
Yeah.
because I saw that she understands this business.
Oh, yes. Yes, she does.
And
Mhm.
I was very surprised that a lot of the old school girls, like I see what's her name as well, Antoinette Roberts. She's
Mhm.
trying to keep the shows going and keep the girls
Yeah,
employed,
she's
and
over the shows at
it,
Hamburger Mary's down there. Uh-huh.
and most of the older girls, she's trying to help keep them working and stuff like that. And like you said, it's
Yes.
good that the fact that the girls need to stay relevant and just keep themselves out there. Now,
Yes, yes,
I
you have to.
now you know. Just a few more questions now, and what do you think is the future of drag? What do you think the future of drag? Because I don't think it's going to be the RuPaul's Drag Race is going to be the future of drag.
And that will be a part of it because it's became
Mhm.
very relevant. And everything has its era. And it's things were one way in our era, and everything is totally changing. And I had to realize change is good.
Mhm.
Some change is good, and of course it's good. But the thing is, everyone needs to learn that you just have to keep up and keep relevant. Music is going to change, style is going to change, hairstyles is going to change, and sometimes it leads back into the old because everything old is new, with just a twist sometimes. But I
Mhm.
think it's just everything is gonna evolve as the years go by. The music is gonna be evolve, the makeup, the clothing, and you just have to keep up with it if you're
Mhm.
gonna stay in the business and stay relevant. You have to figure out your lane and what can fit you, and get into it and just be there because you still old school stuff is going to be. I do all types of old school stuff, but if you're an entertainer, you're going to have to intertwine the old school with the new school also, and everything, because you want to stay relevant, and some of it you just have to find your fit within it and stuff.
Okay. Now, just a couple more questions. You're doing amazing. You're explaining it very well to our audience, and I'm really appreciative. I take my wig
Of
off to you,
course.
so because you're doing an amazing interview for us and helping us educate the
Mhm.
audience out there. Now, I know you've been in the pageant system for a long time,
Yes, yes, yes.
and
Very long.
for one of my favorite ones is Miss Continental.
Of
Now,
course.
Miss Continental has been a base for a lot of good things and some controversy as
Yeah,
well.
of course. Of
Now,
course. Yes. Mhm.
I mean, because you can't have the good without the bad.
Of
Now,
course not. Of course not, baby.
now with all of the one of the people that came here to Toronto for me many years ago, Erica Andrews came a lot for me to help me get things going here. And Tanisha Cassadine, somebody I brought here first
The
that I looked
divine
up to.
Cassadine.
Divine Cassadine. And
Cassadine, baby. Yes.
now we used to talk about the silicone. And
Uh-huh.
when she would be here in Toronto entertaining and everything, she would stay at my place and
Mhm.
we'd be in the living room talking, and I would talk to her about the silicone, about me doing the silicone. And now, over the last few years, lots of the girls have died, or there was a
Yeah.
lot of controversy here and there. And then there's been a lot of secrecy for many, many, many years.
Right.
And lots of girls that have died without their story being told
Right.
why they died. Now,
Yeah.
what do you think about the silicone?
Well, as you know, I have silicone and stuff. And back in the day, This was in the early 80s when Joanne and Mark and all them were pumping. Joanne was the real nurse lady who was an anesthesiologist from New York. And
Mm-hmm.
they're very clean, very safe, and all of that. You were getting very, very good products. And Michelle also in Atlanta that also died, but she died at an older age. And you're back in then, you were getting very good work. You were in a safe environment. It was hygienic and stuff and everything like that. And they would just pump you to be pumping you for the money.
Mm-hmm.
Then it switched over, I think, like in the late, because Joanne stopped pumping, all of the older people stopped pumping, and the new group of people came out, and they were giving out all kind of different stuff, and one is hygienic, and then really didn't know the muscles and the veins of the bodies, and would just pump you. You could be sexy, and with silicone, it's a foreign subject, foreign matter going into your body. So you really
Mm-hmm.
need to be in good health and everything. And a lot of the girls, when the AIDS epidemic came, a lot of girls caught AIDS. A lot of girls
Mm-hmm.
wanted to die beautiful and stuff, and they would be
Mm-hmm.
sick and go get pumped, and then they'll have some kind of reaction from whatever's going on in their body and the silicone and stuff. So then some of
Mm-hmm.
them might end up from dying from that and stuff. So it was so much extra going on. Like I said, I got pumped over 30 years ago. It was not one of my wisest decisions. I must admit to that.
Mm-hmm.
But thank God I did get very good grade silicone. And
Mm-hmm.
it felt up very, very, very well for me. Now I would tell the newer girls, and I'm glad I don't even know anyone that's pumping now. And I used to know some of everybody. Like I tell all my newer nieces and everything, I'm not gonna lead you to no silicone. It was
Mm-hmm.
wrong choice for me. Like I said, I went to Mexico and had my breast scraped and everything and got implants. But back in my era, it was the thing to do. you know.
Mm-hmm.
But now when you know better, you do better and you teach better. You see what I'm saying? And like I
Mm-hmm.
told all my nieces, take you some hormones and get some implants. And if
Mm-hmm.
you want body reconstruction or facial reconstruction, go to a plastic surgeon
Yeah.
and get it done because this is a whole new era and a whole new day. And then a lot of girls got hooked on silicones. Like people can get hooked on plastic surgery the same
Mm-hmm.
way back in the day. The girls, oh, my body needs to be bigger, especially if they gained a little weight in their waist and whatever. And thank God I've always been naturally thin. They would say, oh, I get a
Mm-hmm.
little more silicone, make my hips wider and my waist will look smaller. You know what I'm saying? Or I get my breasts
Mm-hmm.
bigger and stuff. And so,
Mm-hmm.
then, some people got over addicted to it. Then, like I said, they wasn't putting out the best of product and stuff. And, so the worst stuff started happening, which I hate. But like I said, I'm glad in maybe the last 10, 12 to 15 years, you really hadn't heard of anybody pumping no more like way back in the day, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it is a good thing that stopped. And, it happened through, I guess, all the media from the deaths and what silicone could do to your body. And then from the bad silicone that people were getting and stuff. So nowadays, and everybody's tending more to going to the legal way and going to the plastic surgeons. And I think that is the best way. I tell all of my younger sisters, my nieces, or whatever, I don't know no silicone doctors. Don't want to know none. I ain't never
Mm-hmm.
got to give me a pair of pantyhose to put on this old broom body, and I still keep going because because if I had a new and had the outlet to get to the things they have now, now it's so much more out there that the transsexuals and queens we have to get to now, and it's more open that you have a more of an outlet now. Go to you a
Mm-hmm.
doctor, get on you some hormones and have your body regulated and all of that, which we could do that. But when it comes to the plastic surgery, go to you a good plastic surgeon. Go have your work done correct. And if it's not done
Mm-hmm.
correct, then you can go to somebody and sue them and have it redone and redone right and stuff. The only
Mm-hmm.
thing I tell the girls, just please don't get addicted to it, because girl, you want this done. You're being looked up, you have 5 nose jobs, 6 breast implants and all of that. and it's very addictive to some people because some people have addictive personalities.
hmm Now, the good thing about all this is that you're educating us on the fact that the girls need to see a doctor. And number
Yes,
two, and
yes,
it's a good thing that we're hearing less and less about silicone, but we
it
still need to
really
keep it.
is.
So we still need to keep it in the spotlight a little bit. So just in case the grassroots girls haven't just got, or it
Yeah,
hasn't really sunk in.
yeah, yeah,
Man, the thing for me is this: is sometimes when you think about the pageants or you think about the contestants or you think about your girlfriends, like you said, your daughters and your nieces, they see you. They see a
yeah,
positive role model. They see somebody trying to work and function in society, understanding that at the end of the day, it's about real life. At night, it's pageantry and all of that. And I need to be glamorous and I'm fabulous and this. But then the day, you got to pay your bills and live real life.
yeah.
Now, the good thing about all of this is that you have been very clear to them. I don't know no silicone doctors because, of course, the young ones, they see women like yourself and
Yeah,
other women like Miss Continentals or Miss
yeah,
Duval or whatever, the ones that look realistic and glamorous. And,
yeah.
and people are drawn to those kind of things.
But of
Now,
course, yeah.
it's the sad thing about it is that sometimes the systems seem to not promote the boys,
Hmm.
which makes them desperate to look like the ones that look more glamorous and look like
Well,
women.
uh-huh.
So they choose.
Well, well. Now I'm gonna say this about some systems. With Continental, Jim started Continental from back in the day when Miss America, because he's always had a thing for very beautiful girls in his show and everything. And anyway, Jim used to do female impersonation and everything, Mr. Flint. And
Mhm.
so it got to a point where, back in the day, Miss America didn't want, after um the Hawaiian lady won back in like the 70s and stuff. She went and had a sex change and all of that and stuff. And so they put a rule up whereas you had to be a straight up boy to be in Miss Gay America and all of this and all of this.
Mhm.
So it kind of caused a division, whereas the hormone queens or girls that wanted to live as women, couldn't be in Miss America. And we were all female impersonators and stuff. So he started Continental really for an outlet for the hormone queens or the girls that was transitioning and everything and stuff. But it wasn't a thing whereas if you was a boy queen, you wouldn't win or you wouldn't have as good of a chance to win because you were competing with transitioning girls or anything like that. But I think now it's like there are amazing boy queens, amazing
Mhm.
boy queens that you would think were actually hormone queens or transsexuals or whatever, or lived as ladies now. So the division is not so wide at all. And I think everybody is on a level playing field and
Well,
stuff.
that
I really, really do. You just have to be at the A top one of your game, whatever, because you're on stage asking to be judged. You are in a
Mhm.
competition. So it takes tough skin. I had to learn that. Any type of show business, modeling, acting, any kind of thing where you're putting yourself out there. You got to be able to stand up for criticism. You got to be ready for criticism. You got to be ready to be told no how many times, but you keep pushing on. And if you are in a beauty type situation or beauty pageant type thing, you got to be able to withstand saying, here I am, I'm standing before you, judge me. So
Mhm.
you can't be mad, you can't be whatever, because you're asking these people to judge you. You're asking them for their input. So just be able to take it. And I think on a level playing field, put your A game forward, your best foot forward, and go on forward. And if you feel it's not for you, then come out of the fire and do something else and watch the pageant.
Okay. You have
Think we done got stuck again. That Zoom. Think we got stuck again. Come on now, I'm ready to do the one that's in there. We done got stuck again. What time is it? Goddamn, it's after 9 now. Oh Lordy. Let's see. We got back. We got stuck again. Oh shit. Let me see. I was on meeting now. Come on. Come on. Come on, Zoom. Oh, shit. Good, I got thrown off again. Okay, let me go back on. So we got thrown off, girl. Yeah. Okay. She gonna have to come back on. Okay, here it goes, starting again.
Yeah. It's
You
okay.
back on, Cat? Yeah. They keep knocking us off.
Yeah. It keeps recording, so you won't notice this when
Oh, I know. I'm sure. Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up with you, and I just want to say that I am so glad that I got to meet you and talk to you about a lot of the issues affecting our community. Sometimes we don't want to talk about these things, and it's great now. I just want to just take one more little take on your take on just one more thing. As you
Of
know,
course.
a lot of the trans women have been murdered by
Yes.
their lovers or
Yeah.
their husbands or
Yeah.
whoever they're just running around with at the time. What do you think on that? What do you think the girls should be doing to protect themselves?
Well, I'm gonna say this. It is very heartbreaking for me this weekend because Uni is my niece through Shay Shay, who is my dear, 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 dear sister. And Uni was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful lady, beautiful, gorgeous, vibrant, bubbly, and it is a shame. I don't care whatever it is, she is dead. And
Mhm.
I just think it is just heartbreaking that it had to happen, and in the way that it happened, it's just that we have to be transparent as pre-op TS girls or living as TS girls. You have to be transparent with whoever you're with or whoever you're trying to date. Be honest, be straightforward with these gentlemen and stuff.
Mhm.
It's none of this playing this game stuff because people are crazy out here. Men are
Mhm.
crazy. I don't care if you're a sex worker. I've been there, done that. If you're working off the line or if you're just trying to have a boyfriend or anything. And if you're in a relationship with someone that knows everything about you, just keep it good and comfortable and smooth and stuff.
Mhm.
And like I said, if you're not, if you're just going out to a bar or you're living that totally straight life, whatever that's making your life happy, and you should be able to be happy. But
Mhm.
first of all, you should be honest. In order to be happy, you have to be honest with yourself and with other people. And that's my take, and that's my advice to any of my sisters. Be careful and be honest with yourself and with other people.
And on that note, Miss Paula Sinclair, you have cleared it up for us all.
Well,
And I
thank
just
you,
want to
God.
say thank you very much for doing this for me. We had a few issues, but we're old school girls, like you said, and we're
Yes,
not,
yes, yes,
and we're always willing to learn and
yes.
to
Have
share
to be.
what we have learned.
Well,
Now,
thank
on
you
the day,
so much, Stephanie.
in closing, I'm just going to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, today on the show, I had Miss Paula Sinclair. She gave us a great insight into the world of the pageant business, the world of drag, the world of reality, of just the fact that you need to live a normal life and act, do the things that are amazing to make your life amazing and to make your family, your friends, your support system all understand that you are just who you are. And sometimes we get caught up in the celebrity of drag, and we get caught up in the celebrity of whatever the moment is, and we forget about that we have to live life as human beings and understand at the end of the day you need to pay your rent, you need health care, you need education, and you need to be able to help and teach each other, and you need to live in a world where we all understand that we're human beings and we have feelings, and that we all belong and we all have something to offer. So, on that note, I just want to take my, like I said to all the girls, take my wig off to you, Miss Paula Sinclair. You've been in the business
Oh, I
40
take my
years.
hat off to you too, darling.
You've been in the business 40 years, and we have learned a lot. And we'll have a lot more to learn from you. And thank you for sharing your story with us. Thank you for sharing insight into what the young children need to understand today, what maybe some of the producers, some of the show directors, and just some of your fellow entertainers need to understand. Hopefully, they will learn something from this great conversation that we had. And I am just blessed that I met you. So
Well,
thank you,
thank
Miss
you.
Paula Sinclair from Detroit, Michigan, but now she resides in the ATL.
In Augusta, Georgia now.
Oh, Augusta, Georgia.
Augusta, Georgia,
The
darling. Yes,
Bible Belt.
Augusta, baby, and I love it. And I want to thank all of you and Stephanie. I bow down to you and thank you for doing this platform for us. And you have a good and wonderful Thanksgiving, and you have a good night tonight.
Thank you very much. And on that note, good night, Miss Paula Sinclair.
Bye bye.
Bye.